One of the major issue or concern that I was going through is in setting up the vision for my organization that I set up in 2021. The team is not in sync with my thoughts, my ideas. So I definitely knew that there is some major issue or a breakdown in the way how I am running this firm or organization.
I did not have the clarity why I'm doing it. What is the purpose for my business? I was feeling there was no drive for it. I want to do it, but for what? Like, why am I doing it? At sometimes there was a question, am I doing it right? Is it what I want to do?
For me, the basic challenge was to separate the relationship with my parents, my sisters and brothers, who are all very offended by the act of me that I married against the wishes. This problem for me with the relationship with my parents was nagging me for the past 30 years. And it has made an imprint on my job, on my career, on the way I live. It was every time I was in contempt, feeling guilty.
I used to see there is an struggle to work, a struggle to take action. Sometimes there was no action. So I didn't know why this fear is there or why this inconsistency in work. Sometimes I'm way too motivated, sometimes I don't feel like doing.
For you, it's all values. So you have a formula basically. So you are functioning from these values. Value of spending time with family, value of spending time on your health, being compassionate. All these are ideals and values that you have. So you're a good human being who has good values and you want to live by these values. But your state is not great. But your values are good. So what will happen in the long term is you will get very frustrated and very irritated because you will not be able to live up to these values because there's no state. Though you want to be a very good person, you do a lot of mistakes because it is the absence of your state. So what you have to focus upon is your state. What you have to focus upon is not the values and trying to live up to those values, but those values actually becoming a reality through your state. So compassion is an idea for you. You think compassion means it's functioning in this way, being in this way, talking in this way, doing things in this way. That is your understanding of compassion. It is not a state. When you are in a state, the way you do things does not have a set of rules. From a compassionate state, you might still fire somebody. From a compassionate state, you might educate somebody so that that person can understand that person must improve. From a compassionate state, your response to a situation will be very, very different.
It so happened that the teachings went so deeply that I went into a state of no complaint. So it was a very, very great experience for me to just drop the 30 years of history into the bin within a second. There was no need for me to carry the suffering which I'd carried for 30 years. And I started laughing at myself, holding on to something which is not real.
Krishnaji's subjects for the wisdoms helped me in coming out of my fear and focusing more on the solutions rather than on the problem.
During the entire process, it became very clear to me how I was functioning from self-centric motivations. While my intentions were, I wanted to build one of the best employers in this industry, but it was not to impact the people. It was more towards showing to the people how I want to achieve. I can do it. I can show it to the world that I am capable of doing.
After attending NOA and going through these teachings, I found out that I have a fear, and that fear is the driving force for my wealth creation, for my name creation, and everything basically was revolving around that I consciousness and fear.
In a particular interaction with Sri Krishnaji, I identified myself how to address my obsession, why that obsession. With his wisdom and in a prakriya, I have an insight that how obsessive I am from my childhood. So, with that insight and the experience, it was no more ruling me.
I got more and more clear understanding to how to take all this wisdom and apply it to a practical life and create wealth from that life.
But now it's not like that. I have a very, I know what I'm doing, why I'm doing, what's the purpose behind it, and to what level I need to take it. I have a very nice clarity now.
The best part of this was the interaction with Sri Krishnaji we used to have every day. The way he was so friendly and like a friend with us. It never felt like he is a guru or something. He is a friend who is hand-holding us and explaining to live a new, better life. This old life was okay till our parents, but the way we should go forward as youth, in that state of connection and in that fearless state, to grow and have that business was wonderful.
Very transparent approach without a filter where you get the answer, where you get to ask questions one-on-one.
Sri Krishnaji's teachings and wisdom, there's nothing parallel to what I have seen here. He exactly knew from what state I'm asking those questions, and he gave an elaborate answer to it, answering all my queries, questions, doubts. And I think no ordinary person can probably be able to sneak through your mind and answer to exactly to the point that you have as a question in your mind.
He was more as a friend who can address me and a friend who was guiding me. The greatness of Krishnaji is the simplicity at which everything is handled.
And like his presence made us feel so enlightened. I have no words to say what it actually meant, and his wisdom, and it's one has to come here to experience Krishnaji.
When Sri Mukti Guru, gave the Diksha, I could feel the entire, my chest region becoming vacuum, and I could connect with anything and everything around me. That has been one of its kind of experience for me for a very long time, and I am very thankful for that.
There is no me when I was in the Diksha.
Even I knew I had fear, but the clarity which I had after the Diksha, it was just so magical.
I for sure know it that it was Krishnaji's magic which took away such a big trauma of me. And the dasas were also spectacular. They interpreted the Krishnaji's teaching, was very, very helpful for me to come out of a personal problem lagging for the past 30 years. For the past 30 years, I was in this suffering state. And now, I'm free.
How all the dasas, they take you through the journey and make you understand the teaching so well. It was very easy for me to work within myself.
The attention which is given to you is immeasurable. You cannot measure the concentration that the dasas and the Krishnaji is putting on one particular self.
I have attended many conferences, many places that I have gone to in search of answers to many questions like this. But I should admit to it that this is one of the most well-organized, spiritually driven, taking care of one's inner journey to an extent where I have never seen before anywhere else.
Coming to NOA is really an eye-opening, and I would suggest everyone to come here because it's not just a class, it's a total experience of life.
Yeah, it's like every business person or a person who wants to establish a big network should actually come here and attend NOA and have this beautiful journey with Sri Krishnaji, and they'll have a beautiful life accomplishing their vision and goal from a connected state, from a oneness state.
Who want to run their businesses and take it to the next level of impacting to the people. I think you must come, you should come here.